An undercover agent from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is speaking out for the first time, revealing how the agency took down the vicious street gang in Northwest Detroit known as Band Crew. This gang was so bold they committed their crimes knowing they were on video and even flooded social media with photos showing them with deadly weapons and wads of cash.
Tonight, the leaders of that gang sitting in prison, and the agency that took them down warning others to stop the violence or suffer a similar fate. Defender Kevin Dietz takes us inside the investigation.
You're looking at video of Band Crew gang members in action. A ruthless crew that ran Detroit's northwest side until the feds teamed up with local police to take them down. They specialized in taking over gas stations. A few years ago, they were so brazen, they robbed customers and shot at rival gang members, all on video. They knew surveillance cameras were rolling. They simply did not care.
These guys were violent and had no regard for human life.
Now, for the first time, this ATF agent who worked the case is telling the tale of Band Crew in hopes other young people will choose a different path. We're disguising his voice and face to protect his identity.
We were told, this was the most violent gang in Northwest Detroit. Go do your job and find a way to take them down, and that's what we did.
Watch as a brazen Band Crew member pulls a gun and opens fire just because he didn't like the way a guy was looking at him.
They give him a dirty look. They walk out to their car, and he points the gun out the front door of the gas station and starts firing at them.
Detroit ATF Special Agent in Charge James Deere couldn't believe his eyes.
They felt emboldened to not only participate in a shooting, but then to remain at a gas station at an extended period of time after the shooting had occurred, where the gas attendant is calling 911, and they're sitting there contemplating, well, should we get a drink?
It's as if the gang doesn't think police will even show up. And that's because the community was scared to death to testify as witnesses.
And they're using guns as tools of intimidation for the folks that live in those communities, to threaten them and to try very hard to intimidate them from cooperating with law enforcement.
On another day, a customer is filling up. The Band Crew likes his expensive sunglasses, so they take them by force.
When that individual walks out with the glasses, they snatch the glasses. He goes to run after them, and you can see one of the gang members turn and fire a shot at the victim.
Not even women are safe.
And he sees the iPhone and says, "You know what? I want that. It's mine." So he tells his gang member, his lieutenant in the gang, to go do it. He proceeds to take off the shirt that had his gang name and his gang nickname on it, turn it inside out. He goes back, steals the phone by force, and runs off.
Local police asked for help, and the ATF jumped into action.
Their propensity for violence was just so extreme that it warranted the federal government to get involved with us.
Band Crew members were rounded up. They openly admitted to being in a gang and to posting photos with cash and weapons on social media. It was enough to go after the gang's leaders for running a criminal organization.
We're going to use the federal system and the resources of the federal government to remove these guys permanently from the community.
It worked. The fear of doing 30 years for racketeering led to guilty pleas in hopes of less prison time. The Band Crew was disbanded. The agents at ATF, gratified they played a part in making a difference.
Cases like this are really what make you get out of bed in the morning. If we could do something to make those streets just a little safer and make them rest a little easier, this is why we do it.
The U.S. Attorney won 8 convictions against the Band Crew gang. 5 of the members went away for more than 5 years, 1 for more than 10. And the leader, Corey Mapp, who's just 23 years old, he will spend the next 18 years behind bars. The ATF saying they are not afraid to go after lawless gang members. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
You almost hope they continue with the social media presence. They're just helping the prosecution
just putting it right
fashion
out
their
there.
own jail cell. Here's a look at what local 4 Defender Karen Drew is working on for tomorrow night at 11.